recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Funny.
Oh, it's all in good fun. Anyway, welcome everyone. It's another action-packed episode of AEW iPod Worldwide. We gotta start doing a thing where I say AEW iPod and then we all say worldwide at the same time. Okay, ready? We're gonna do it right now. Okay, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
AEW iPod Worldwide.
Worldwide.
There we go. We did it.
We may have stolen Titus's gimmick, but he hasn't been around a while.
The mayor is here right now. I read the outer reaches of your mayor, which is something, Mayor. Mayor, how are you doing?
I am doing better than Damian Demento in a toothbrush commercial.
Wow, Jamie Demento on a toothbrush commercial. I did not see that coming.
I didn't either. I don't know where it came from. Those mushrooms on my pizza might have been something special.
There might have been something stronger than what I took before this show. Yeah, on your mushroom pizza. We've also got our pal from across the pond, Glenn's here with us. He stole the mayor's gimmick and he's got his shades on tonight. He's from parts unknown, so
Yes.
I think Brent needs some stunner shades too.
I guess I need. Some. I'm in my basement, so I don't think there's any. I couldn't find
There's
any.
just sunglasses sitting around in your basement.
He's got a cool woolly hat on. So
Yeah,
I feel like when you live in Nebraska, Ohio, or England, you don't need sunglasses because you see sun like 6 days a year.
Rarely, yeah.
right. Yeah, there's like 7 days in the summer where you see the sun, and that's really the only reason why you. So.
Well, where the
I was finding in Nebraska we start drinking early, and if you put sunglasses on, then you'll think it's later than it is. So
I suppose that's logical as well.
You guys ever been drinking outside during the day and you had sunglasses on? You took them off and you
yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What? How? Who did this?
Quite often.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't in a while, but I have before. But anyway, before we started recording, we were kind of chatting about some wrestling awards that came out today. I usually don't try to take these things too seriously because they're obviously with a grain of salt.
You can't take it seriously until.
And everybody has their own whatever opinion. But I thought maybe Glenn could read some of these to us and we could react, and maybe it might be funny, it might not, I don't know. And if you take offense to this, if you're a big AEW fan, because I'm sure they landslided the awards, I don't know. I think that you might need to lighten the fuck up.
Let's see if I can get them up without having to actually subscribe to.
Oh, that's a good point.
All the people that I've blocked.
We don't want to do that. I heard that Booker of the Year award went to Tony Khan.
Tony Khan, yes. So
was he the only one? Was he the only one up for nomination?
He must have been.
Well, I imagine so. Like, I don't know who from WWE gets nominated for that. Is it Triple H? Is it Vince?
I guess Shawn Michaels might be able to get nominated for it as well now if he's technically running creative of NXT.
That's true. Yes, was he in it? So I know like Scott D'Amore from Impact, was he in there? I mean, I don't watch Impact, so I don't know. I just found that fun. I was just wondering, what's the criteria to get you into these awards? I guess that's what I'm wondering. Is it, and does it get voted on by the readers of the Wrestling Observer, or is it just Dave making his own shit up?
I say it must be Dave making his own shit up, because I've gone to my friend, the Blog of Doom, who I get all my info from. He's come up trumps again. Most outstanding wrestler, Mr. Ocean Spray.
Okay.
Tag Team of the Year, FTR.
I mean, you'll get no argument from me on that one.
Yeah,
there's a Promotion of the Year, AEW.
Okay.
Best on interviews, MJF.
All right.
Considering he hasn't been on TV at all this year, that's a bloody good going.
Who? MJF?
MJF.
Well, he's been on TV for a little while this year. I mean, last year when did he win the championship?
Last year. It was mainly last year. Oh, he says it here. A reminder that the voting was back in December. So it's Right. Best TV show, Dynamite.
I don't really watch it ever, so I guess I really can't comment or speculate on if it's good or not. So I mean, it might have been the best show of the year. I don't know.
What I've seen of it, SmackDown beats it hands down, week on week.
That's fair.
MVPs, US Canada, John Moxley. I think Roman Reigns might have to say something about that.
Yeah, I think he's the only. But I get Moxley because not only did Moxley, he was champion for a while, but also he kind of carried that place when a whole shitstorm was going on. So I get Moxley winning that one.
Japan is Okada. Europe, Will Ospreay, because obviously
he's got 18 stars tonight alone.
Yeah, he must.
But like, did he really wrestle all that much in England or in the UK, or did he wrestle more in Japan?
It's on New Japan, probably.
He spends all his time. He spends all his time in Japan,
right? So I guess I get, since he's from there, I guess he could be the best wrestler from there. But I figure that the person would have to win that award would have to do a lot in the area that they're getting the award at. But maybe that's just me. Do I sound crazy for that, or does that make sense to you guys?
No, that doesn't sound crazy at all.
Okay.
Top feud, FTR versus the Briscoes. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know if I give it ahead of the Bloodline and.
No, I wouldn't.
Although I guess that's not a feud because there wasn't really it was more of just a storyline and then broke into.
I suppose that you're getting into the feud more this year,
right,
than last year, because
now,
the feud this year would be Sami Zayn,
minutia,
Sami, the Bloodline versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but
right.
Most underrated, Takeshita. I quite agree with that.
But
I don't think Brent's probably familiar with him. Are you?
No,
the guy whose name is spelled like "take a shit." Yeah.
That's
it. But is he really underrated? I mean, I see people fucking glowing for him all over the internet.
It just came out of nowhere, I think, is more the point.
I guess that's fair.
Most charismatic.
I would like to throw LA Knight in the most underrated category.
Oh yeah, so would I. And in most charismatic as well.
Yeah, he can go in there as well.
100%.
Best flyer, El Hijo del Volcano, Kingo.
Okay, sure.
Del Rio? Alberto Del Rio?
No, El Hijo del Volcano.
He won the best jailbird award. Was Alberto Del Rio?
Yeah. Again, I would say that Mr. Ricochet has a few words to say about that as well.
I have no idea who the person that won it was, so I have no idea who that.
He might actually have wings and can fly. So I can't.
Right, he might be fucking Icarus for all I know.
This shows you how wonderful these awards are and how straight they are. The best technician, which is subtitled as the Bryan Danielson Award, goes to who do you reckon?
Probably Bryan Danielson, right?
Exactly.
I had a feeling.
The Bruiser Brody Award for Best Brawler goes to John Moxley. Best announcer, Kevin Kelly. It's a slight bias going on here, I think.
Kevin Kelly is good. If they would have said best commentator was fucking anybody who commentates on AEW Dynamite, I was going to call bullshit on this
Excalibur on that one.
Because none of them are good.
No.
Booker T.
Oh yeah, or if it was Booker T, forget about it.
He's actually remembered that WWE exists as the best non-wrestler, Paul Heyman.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's because nobody on AEW could come anywhere close to him. That's why.
No.
You mean Mark Sterling? No.
Rookie of the year, he's given it to Braun Breaker.
Well,
okay. Can't disagree. I don't know who else
best-
would be considered rookies other than maybe Take a Shit.
Yeah.
we go.
I just wanted to say Take
Oh.
a Shit.
He's given gimmick of the year to Sami Zayn as the Bloodlines outsider.
That's fair.
No Gunther in any of these top lists?
No.
Hmm.
Huh.
Nor the Bout Machine. Ilya Dragunov.
Oh well, I mean, I'm sure NXT UK wasn't even considered into that thing.
No, it wouldn't have been.
No.
This one I agree with. Best documentary, Tales from the Territories, Jerry Lawler versus Andy Kaufman. I enjoyed that.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I think most of the WWF documentaries they do a really good job with.
I don't know how
their team puts together a good show.
Definitely.
I don't know how he managed to pick Bron Breakker as the Rookie of the Year, because obviously he doesn't watch NXT, because he's given the worst announcer to Corey Graves. So he's obviously never listened to Booker T.
or Carmella.
Oh my god!
I mean, she only had 3 minutes on the microphone,
my
but Brent
ears
was ready to pull the
off.
batteries out of his controller. And
Good God. I wanted to never hear again when Carmella was doing commentary. It was the worst.
He's put the worst show was the 2022 Royal Rumble.
Well, it wasn't good, so he's not lying there.
Okay, I'm thinking of 2023. I'm like, 2023 was really good. I thought that was one of the best Rumbles I've
Yeah,
seen.
no, last year's Rumble wasn't very good.
Okay, I agree. Last year's kind of stunk.
A worst match, Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon at WrestleMania.
Fair.
Not going to hear an argument on that.
Worst
I'm sure
feud,
there was worse, but
Worst feud.
Worst feud was Miz and Loomis. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
It was entertaining.
It was
entertaining. I don't. Worst gimmick, Maximum Male Models.
All right.
As male models.
That's fine.
Worst promotion, WWE. And most overrated, Ronda Rousey. Match of the year.
What?
The one looking to sell for $9 billion.
Most overrated.
Oh, Ronda Rousey's most underrated. I agree. Worst promotion. Like the mayor said, looking to get sold for $9 billion, but they're just there. They are in the mud. The worst.
I wish I could I wish I could be the worst at anything and sell for $9 billion.
Well.
Yeah. Well. Match of the year: Okada versus Ospreay at G1 Climax. Wasn't bad, but I wouldn't say it was the match of the year.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that, so I really can't say.
I can't say. Give me Gunther and Sheamus, though.
Yep, all day.
This is ridiculous. Sorry, I'm laughing. Right, the top 10. Number 10, Bryan Danielson.
Top 10. What are we at the top 10 of, though?
This is the wrestler of the year.
Okay, wrestler.
This is the countdown to the wrestler of the year. Number 10, Bryan Danielson. Number 9, Guilla. I don't know who he is or who she is. Number 8, CM Punk.
Okay,
that's
number 7.
They made it on there.
MJF. Number 6, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho in 2022 can get above MJF. I don't know.
Yeah, or Bryan Danielson for that matter.
Sarai at number 5, Okada at number 4, Mr. Ocean Spray at number 3, Roman Reigns at number 2, and number 1, John Moxley. And it says after that, discuss. Well, we've discussed it, and I'm disgusted.
Yes. How John Moxley can be wrestler of the year, and he was in rehab half the year.
I know.
Or did Jeff Hardy win it in 2009?
Yeah, probably.
When he fell asleep in Sting's arms in the middle of the ring, listening to Cutting Crew. That's I just died in your arms tonight, in case anyone didn't pick up on what I was putting down.
It took me a second, but I
That person that I won't even name because I'm not even going to pass his name by my lips. Once he takes his tongue out of Tony Khan's arse, he might actually realise that WWE ain't that bad.
Well,
No, I thought that it's been greatly improved over this year as well from last year. Like I've actually, I can't say I'm completely looking forward to watching Monday Night Raw because I know there's going to be dead spots, but
right.
Yeah,
the 3 hours has gone by a lot faster. And there's been
it does
a
go
lot
right
more,
up quicker now.
there's been a lot of bright spots in there where it's not just all in-ring promo and then a 4-minute match and then in-ring. Like there's some good matches, but there's also a lot of good storylines, a lot of backstage segments, things that just keep the pace of the show going on better. Kind of like NXT, but on a higher production and a longer show.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of awards and things and championships, congratulations to the mayor.
Nah.
But
Perfect record. I didn't even miss one pick.
by the skin of your teeth, two of your picks ended up not standing tall at the end of it. But
Yeah, and I
But we all
technically was calling Kevin Owens to turn heel there, which did not happen.
No.
but
Well, I
we
was
didn't
only
do
fooled to
bad.
pick Sami Zayn, so.
None of us did too bad.
So what did you? I guess since we're talking, we'll talk about it. What did you guys think of the premium live event, Mayor of Canton? Were you thoroughly sports entertained, or?
I was thoroughly sports entertained. I liked it. I kind of wish they'd slow down on the Elimination Chamber matches and kind of build a reason behind them than just stick people in the match. Like, I wish that there was something that maybe they could go back to and cut these back so they can make them special, because they kind of feel like they're just there to be there, especially when they're not actually being used to bludgeon someone. You know,
Right.
I'm not looking for like blood feuds where someone's bleeding to death, like, you know, Terry Funk and Ric Flair's brains bleeding out at some point. But at least those made sense because they did them so far and few between. But yeah, I like the Elimination Chamber. I like both the chamber matches for different reasons. And the main event was so cool. It kind of reminded me of Hogan and Rock, where they didn't lock up. They didn't do anything for like the first 5 minutes, and it was just all playing off the crowd and building up the crowd. They did nothing other than just circle and look at the crowd, and it was cool. I enjoyed that. Like, you know, that's when you have the crowd in the palm of your hands and you've told the story to get the people there. Like, you've sold a match, but a match with meaning. It's not just like dream match. Like, you know, two guys thrown together. Anyone can throw together, you know, the two greatest teams, but make them have a reason to go up against each other, and you got something there. And that's what they did.
And having
for
it
a
in
year
Canada
straight.
as well was inspired.
Yeah, that was great. Great crowd.
Absolutely. What about you, Glenn? Were you thoroughly sports entertained, or you
I
found
was
any
very
holes in this
thoroughly.
thing?
I was very thoroughly sports entertained. No, I don't think there was. I enjoyed it all.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
people. There's a lot of people, of course, upset out there that Sami Zayn did not win, and I don't know how they tuned into that pay-per-view expecting anything other than the ending that we
he did
saw.
win.
But that's
He did
true.
win.
He did win.
He did win in the end. That was the only way. That was the only way that he was going to come out of that with any credit. There was no way he was going to take the title from Roman Reigns. Not this close to WrestleMania.
Right.
Not after they've built it up for 900 some days to have Sami Zayn win it for out of the blue.
An elimination chamber. Come on.
We know that Kevin Owens is still after Roman Reigns. So to have him come down there and help clear out the bloodline, Jey Uso walking away, everything went to expanding the story. It expanded on Monday again, and it's expanded tonight again. They're doing a really good job with this story.
That's the thing, is that people people only look at what's right in front of them, and you don't think of the bigger picture. Like they think just because Sammy lost this match that somehow this story's over, and obviously we found out that this story is far from over, and it's going to continue. You're going to continue with the same. When will Kevin Owens forgive Sami Zayn? And I like that too. Kevin Owens would have been a goddamn fool to just go right out there, shake his hand, and say, "Okay, we're best friends again," after everything that Sami Zayn did to him. So I like that aspect of it too. My favorite match of the entire premium live event. This match was thoroughly entertaining to me. I was thoroughly entertained by this match. I loved the mixed tag team match, the Edge, Beth Phoenix versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and Rhea Ripley. I thought that was a highly entertaining, really good match. I loved everything about it. It was a lot of fun.
And I think Rhea really shined in that match. Like, she came off looking like an absolute star in it. Like everything that her selling, everything she was doing offensively. I mean, it just all came together as a total package. You can actually see what she can do when she's in there with someone that can go toe to toe with her and still make it look, authentic. It's hard to do that at times when you have someone, 7 inches shorter than you and like 70 pounds less than you. Like,
right.
Yeah.
It makes it's a real challenge, especially for someone, probably as young as she is, trying to do this still. And when she actually is in there with someone that can go toe to toe and make it look good, like, it is a really good match.
Yeah.
Beth Phoenix just showing that all those divas weren't just divas; they could wrestle as well. Some of them.
Yeah, I mean, some of them, not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, that's the thing about it too. Is like a lot of those girls could go, you just never really got to see it. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, that Trish and Charlotte match was at a SummerSlam, I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was a phenomenal match, and that was after Trish had been retired for 8 years or whatever, maybe longer. I don't even know.
Yeah, well, she had the
Beth
match.
only comes back in old spurts, isn't she, as well? So.
Yeah. No, it was a good pay per view. They made Montez Ford look like a star on the Elimination Chamber match. We got a little bit of shenanigans there with Logan Paul showing up to cost Seth Rollins the match, which is obviously lead to their match at WrestleMania. I guess the only thing you could point at, maybe that you would be mad at, is that Bobby Lashley beat Brock by disqualification after he kicked him right in the balls. But yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, though, is they added to that story at the end by showing Brock going out backstage and somebody trying to get an interview with him, and he just turned around and said, "Shit happens. What can I do?"
yeah. Which is a total Brock Lesnar thing to say. Well, all right, gentlemen. It is about that time. It's time for some WCW Worldwide. Are you guys excited? Are you
before we do this very quickly? This is WCW. This is WCW related. There's a question I've put to the DDT guys in their emails. How do you think it would have gone? The Monday Night Wars would have gone if WCW hadn't released the likes of Steve Austin, Cactus Jack, and I had a list of them. Well, even back to Mark Callis,
right?
That's a long way back.
Well, it's only we're looking at a time now where he only just gone to the WWE, or WWF, so not that long.
I feel like Steve Austin eventually would have broke through as a major player and a major star in WCW. I think he would have. I think Mean Mark Callis, this is going to sound terrible, but in the role of Mean Mark Callis, I don't think he was going anywhere. I don't think he would have been in anybody. And he was gigantic. He was a big guy. But if he was just Mean Mark Callis, had a heart punch, he was not getting anywhere near the main event picture in WCW ever.
Right, here's my list. So I brought it up.
And
Right,
who was the other
had-
guy? Who was the other one? Mick
Hey,
Foley, Cactus
Mick
Jack.
Foley, Cactus Jack, Eddie Guerrero, Dustin Rhodes, the Giant, and Jean-Paul Levesque.
Oh, yeah,
If
they
none
did
of
have
those
that.
had been released by WCW, who would have won the Monday Night Wars?
See, the thing about it is, like, I think if you look at WCW, while they did do some stuff, they really didn't, besides Goldberg, create really any new stars. What new stars besides Goldberg did they really make? I mean, if they did make some, they heated them up for a little bit and then they cooled them off. So I really don't think that even if you would have kept Stone Cold Steve Austin, they wouldn't have known what to do with them. They wouldn't have been able to use them right. They got Bret fucking Hart. They gave him Bret Hart. He was the hottest thing in the industry. And they went, oh, this is nice. And then put it in the fucking closet. So I don't think that they would have known what to do with them. As far as, like, I don't know where the Monday Night Wars would have went with that, because if you don't have Austin versus McMahon, I don't know if WWE is able to own the end.
But
Triple H.
Do you think The Rock could have filled into that role to be eventually the big baby face that could have split off against McMahon?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because I think The Rock could have, but I also think that Austin in WCW, he already was at that U.S. title picture, I believe. Like, he was already in the U.S. title. You know, he was part of the Deadly Alliance. He was really starting to get some shine on him until he ended up getting cut to go to ECW, I believe.
Yeah,
he was injured at the time, I think, when they let him go.
So I really think he could have shined through and been, you know, he would have been in that same position. I think he would have found it. And I think The Rock would have been, I mean, The Rock is The Rock now. It's not like he would have been any bigger of a star.
Right.
But I think it's not like you can get more than the most recognizable person on the planet Earth.
That's true.
So I can't say that, but he probably...
He would have had a lot more carrying.
He would have had to do a lot more carrying in WWF without Austin being there to be his foil.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just a little silly little thing while we were talking about WCW.
I always wondered what would have happened if instead of Bret taking his ball and going to WCW, if they would have re-signed Bret and Shawn went to WCW to join into the NWO. I always thought that would have been I'll stop you there
because we will be getting to that. Brent and I have got a new little project in planning. Very soon we will be getting to what happened with Bret Hart and what would have happened. We would have probably be surmising what would have happened if he hadn't have gone to WCW and all the rest of it.
Yep, we will definitely get into that. We're gonna call that a warring to attitude, where me and Glenn are gonna review. We're gonna go through the whole WWF 1997 year, watch all the Raws, all the pay-per-views, and give a nice review on them all. It should be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna start that up here in a couple weeks.
And of course, it involves.
What did you say?
The Montreal, and of course, that includes the Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, the thing about it is, like, 1997 has always been my favorite WWF year, just because I think it's like a transition year where they really go away from the old way of that WWF was run, you know, more cartoonish stuff to getting more to the realer side of things. I mean, if you think about 1997, the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock turns heel. We got the Nation of Domination. You got the beginnings of DX, the Hart Foundation, the whole USA versus America thing. Then you got the Montreal Screwjob. There's just so much that happens within the year of 1997, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to dig into it. So I can't wait for that.
No, I can't either.
Yeah.
So but you will get your answer.